All right, we're back with another Nationals prospects video. Um, this is kind of just in the same realm as kind of like the rest of the chaos piles that I've been posting on the channel. This is chaos pile number 75. There's one more, I believe, with Mimic coming out, but let's start with Big Mouth Titan. Big Mouth Titan gets to do some pretty cool things. His character's kind of underplayed right now. I think just because like Godzilla and Mimic and Toga kind of do the same things, and Burt won too as well in the same vein. They do the chaos thing kind of better. But a cool thing about Big Mouth Titan is that this character gets to generate their own momentum every turn. So as long as you haven't added momentum yet, so like that's probably why Determined Advanced isn't in the deck. Just mostly because you don't get to enhance, right? So you get to blitz and then add a momentum, but then you can't use your enhance if it's the first attack. So, but it is if we swap to, if you look in the board, if you could see the board from where we're at. Can we see the board? Yes, we can. You get to put Determined Advance in, and when you swap to Godzilla. So, yeah. So, let's get into the deck. Smashing Stomp, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 2 low block, 4 low for 6. EX3, which is very cool because we can self get our own momentum. After it deals damage, responds to draw a card. Also, it allows us to string longer, gives us +1 to our next check. It's a chaos deck. We're playing Walk the Dog. Yeah, I know. Issue is, unless your rival is kind of interacting with you, like blocking, it's usually kind of hard just to slam this early game, early turn. Like you need to have them pass like a block, or you attack Titan's Haymaker them, or even unfazed. They block unfazed. They have to commit a couple cards. So yeah, you kind of aren't leading with this all the time, unfortunately. The best attack in the game, Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. Allows you to get speed, which we need. We give damage, but we need speed as well. So this gives us speed out of the momentum slot. Also, we get to freeze and commit our Problem Foundation, and also commit a rival asset, which is really great. Since Knots Flask triggers, Knots Flask again, and Cape of No Return. Those cards are problem cards for us, so we need to deal with them. And out of the Star Trek decks, we get Unfazed, 6 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 4 high for 7. Echo Fury Weapon. Response after this attack is blocked, your checks to play cards get +1 this turn. So if we play City Rampage, then we play this, and this gets blocked because it's going to be 9 damage. We get +3 to all of our attacks this turn with 5 or greater, and if we have, since we're Big Mouth Titan, we'll get the momentum to echo it. So they either will take 18, or they give us +2 to our checks again. And then if we had City Rampage, that's +4 to our checks for attacks of 5 or greater. It's insane. It's great value in this character. Attack Titan's Haymaker, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 4 mid block, 2 high block, 4 mid for 5. Shift Stun, Punch Titan Blitz. This attack cannot be blocked by cards with the print difficulty 2 or less. That comes up more than you realize. Them being able to only block with like 3 and higher cards can really put people in a bind, because no one wants to block with attacks. And if this is 7 damage because of Big Mouth Titan, it's kind of hard to ignore it, because that's usually like a third or a fourth of your health. And sometimes you just don't want to take 7 early game. Plus, it transforms into Aaron's Determination. Mill, we get an extra damage. That's fine. And then if we have 10 or less, we get an extra damage. So it's in 2 instead, which is even better. Which is a good card. It's a very, very, very serviceable card. It's very... it's wearing its price tag well, I guess, if you want to say. It's one of the most sought after ultra rares in Attack on Titan Ordinance of Power. And now we got 3 copies of Fiery Stare, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 5 mid for 5. Blitz, draw 2 cards, discarded 2 cards. If the discarded cards share a card type, it gets 2 damage. It's going to get 2 damage anyways because of Big Mouth Titan. So yeah, it could be a 5 mid for 9 leading off. That's a 6 mid for 10 with City Rampage. So this card can get big, plus it allows you to dig deep into your deck even more. And we're playing City Rampage. 5 difficulty, 5 check, +1 mid block. All of our attacks get +1/+1, which is great incrementally. And then form your checks to play attacks with print difficulty of 5 or greater get +2 for the rest of the turn. We love that. Grish's Attack Titan. We get to sack it, add a Fury from our discard pile to our hand. Fury, 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 Fury. Not a Fury, not a Fury. So all of our good ones are Furies. So we can pick up any Fury we want. It's very sick. Going into the Foundation base, it's basically Chaos good stuff for 5 diffs and higher. We got Horrifying Realization at a 4x. Monster Aggression, 1/5, 2 low block, destroy a foundation. Your attack print difficulty 5 or greater gets 1 and 1. Fearsome Transformations, because we're always going to have momentum, so it's always worth drawing the card. Fast Friendship at 3, because we have to defend somewhat. Incredible Display, we want to protect our responses and being able to block multiple times, because clearing the block is just as good as having a ready foundation, I think. I'm not going to go with math. Moving on is Nice Try at 2 copies. It allows us to get -2 speed for blocking power. Also, it has check passing power on both turns, especially leading into our rival's turn, because it readies after, while it's committed. Pass Through Walls is basically a staple now, because we hate Cape of No Return, and we hate breaker blocks. So yep. Basic Training and Easily Excited, 2 of the best zeros of all time. All-time best zeros. These are the GOATs. That's probably why you're never gonna see a thing like this ever again. Playing Award the Victor, because why not? Award the Victor allows us to take an attack that deals damage, put it on top of our deck, get +2 to our next check, so we're always checking a 5, but we could also either, if we hit our rival, obviously we hit because of this, we get to long range support. After attack deals damage to a character, we draw 1 card, then discard a card, or if we don't have that option, we can just Horrifying Realization it back to our hand. History's Greatest Monster, because we are playing 5 diffs or greater, plus if it's for deadlock pressure, it's really good. Broken Psyche, because we actually snap momentum all the time. We're always gonna have momentum to reduce this attack's damage to 2. Only thing we can't do that to is Determined Advance and Armored Titan Rush. Those are the 2 cards right now, I believe. I don't think there's any other ones that say this attack's damage can't be reduced. So, moving into the board, we got Godzilla. If some matchups, Big Mouth Titan isn't going to be the best, so we have to get into Godzilla. We got Jaw Titan attacks for your Mirror and Life Gain decks. 2 copies of Runaway, because Runaway sometimes is the best defense, because chain blocking does not exist anymore, and it can kill you, because if you check poorly and you're committing out, and then you miss blocking the one that actually gets you. And then Determined Advance to swap out the Fiery Stairs when we become Godzilla. Because I believe that is the only fire attuned attack. Oh, okay. So we have these here. So obviously we are going into these guys when we do these guys. These guys come out. Yeah. Yep, 3 Jaw Titan attacks and 3 Determined Advance go in. Godzilla comes in. Runaway comes in for some deep, probably for Grishas and 1 City Rampage. So that's the Big Mouth Titan deck, guys. It's a really short and sweet one. It's just another Chaos pile with Unfazed. It's a Chaos Fire pile with Unfazed added into it. You'll probably... I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably going to be the most popular deck archetype at Nationals. Just this Chaos pile, giant attacks with giant stats. It's kind of coming to fruition because City Rampage is an amazing card and it's very hard to deal with. So that's all we got today for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, stay tuned, and hit those bells for notifications so you don't miss a video about National Prospect content. This is like my top 25, but in no official order. So again, take care.